Hey, this is Rahul from Rahul.com. How's it going, everyone? We are today here at Mukesh Triumph Kolkata, and I've already test ridden the Triumph Street Twin Bonneville, which replaces the old Bonneville. Before we go into the riding experience, let me just take you through the specs and the idea of a modern classic motorcycle. Essentially, it's a modern motorcycle with all the technological advancements, refinement, and reliability, but it is wrapped in an envelope of retro looks in an old-world charm with premium fit and finish, which even made me notice it, despite being surrounded by some beautiful-looking sport bikes at the dealership. At the heart of the bike is a 900cc parallel twin SO8C engine. It has got the partial water cooling and is mated to a 5-speed excellent gearbox. Have to see how much I missed the 6th gear on the highway. Anyways, the fuel-injected engine makes 55 horsepower at 5,900 RPM, but comes with a monstrous 80 Newton meters of torque at just 3,200 RPM. The front has a 310 mm single disc with Nissan 2-piston floating calipers, and the rear gets a smaller 255 mm disc with the same dual Nissan floating calipers. It's really nice of them to give us this opportunity for the first ride, and let me just take you through my experience of riding this classic British beauty. Okay, first things first, while riding this motorcycle, I feel that the seat is very low, and because the seat is so narrow, getting both feet down even for a shorter rider is extremely easy, and it makes the motorcycle really manageable in low speed clickability and turning. I'm sure that Triumph is targeting the shorter riders as well as the women riders with this motorcycle. Another point to riding this motorcycle within city would be the turning radius. If you're used to riding any other 150cc commuter motorcycle, you would feel very natural on the tight turning radius of the Triumph Street Twin. It's really that manageable and that easy to ride. The Street Twin is built for a specific market. This goes directly against the Ducati Scrambler. It's classic Triumph heritage, and right from the fit and finish to the exhaust sound, it really pays tribute to the old Bonneville, which it replaces. And it is a much better bike in the sense that this is one of those bikes where you see it looks like a retro bike, a classic bike, but inside it's all modern. If you're thinking what I'm talking about, well, this bike has a ride-by-wire system, traction control, ABS, and a slipper clutch, which means in some ways it is more advanced than Triumph's Street Triple or the Daytona in the way that it has ride-by-wire and a traction control system. I was expecting maybe the traction control system to be a 4-way, 3-way adjustable system, but it's just a switchable traction control, which means you can either turn it on or off. That is about the electronic ride rates which is coming into the bike, but it still has that 900cc parallel twin engine. Comparing with the Ducati Scrambler, of course, this is heavier. It's around 198 kgs in a dry weight scenario. Maybe wet weight will be another 10 kgs more. If you're talking about the power, it's 55 horsepower. It's making 7 bhp less than the previous Bonneville that it replaces, but that's just peak power. If you take this bike through the mid-range and right in the lower range, it has got more usable power, so that's the thing. And when I was riding the bike through the city, it was really an easy bike to ride despite being a 900cc engine, and despite having the higher weight, I really did not feel it. Being a Bonneville, it does have the wide handlebars. Filtering in traffic was easy. Apart from the times when I got stuck because of the width of the handlebars, thinking of maybe tour, especially in our country where you want more fuel efficiency in your touring bikes, plus you want an amount of safety. So Triumph does claim that 25% more fuel efficiency over the previous bike, which means all the better for long distance tourers. The seat, it gets 25% more cushioning, so it's a really comfortable bike to sit on. The ergonomics, as you can see when I was riding, it's very natural as you'd say normally, so you would have no problem sitting on this bike and riding it, even if you are used to the standard commuter bikes. The power, 55 bhp, it really feels more than that. Honestly, it feels more than that because the power is right there in the low and mid range. There is a huge amount of torque, so while you're on the bike you really don't feel it. The throttle response is immediate. There is a ride-by-wire system, so that means some sort of feedback difference is felt, but I quickly got used to it. I really did not get to twist the bike into corners that much, but yes, I did go over a lot of bumps, which means that there was a lot of front suspension travel. Triumph claims that it has more front suspension travel, which was making it really easy to go over bad road conditions. So another plus point for our country's road conditions. Yes, on corners or bad roads, if you were riding fast, then there was a feeling of bounce, which I did not so much appreciate. The seat is great. The ergonomics is tuned for all-day riding. The suspension absorbs all the shocks, and that makes you as the rider have less fatigue as you're going out. We're sweating a lot because somehow the AC is not working. It's kind of a bad situation, but really enjoyed with the bike. Temperature outside is over 40 degrees, so maybe not the best condition for riding. At least it's windy today, so I really enjoyed that part, having a little bit of wind on my face. Of course, it was covered by a full face helmet, but if you're looking at one of the toughest riding conditions, which is Indian traffic, bumper to bumper traffic, we managed to go through that. Not much engine heating. It got heated, but it's lesser than what I face on my own Duke 390, so I was pretty much okay with it. As you can see, I'm wearing full boots, so maybe I got a little bit protection from that as well. But you know, this is the bike you can buy. You can use it as your everyday bike. You can go it on your weekend short trips, and if you're the cross-country tourer type guy, this is really no nonsense serious tourer. Triumph does claim that you have over 150 accessory parts for it. You can add panniers and saddlebags and all that stuff to make it a more tour worthy motorcycle, maybe a long windscreen as well. So that will really give you a lot of enjoyable miles on the highway, and I really feel that I have to get back to this bike again and enjoy it in its natural habitat, which I would feel a nice highway with slight curves maybe. In the city, well, when I was trying to put the bike through its paces, first gear, second gear, it's a brilliant buttery smooth gearbox. And when I was trying to stop at a very short amount of time, the front brake gave instant bite and a lot of progressive braking. Another thing which I liked is the 50-50 sort of weight distribution on this bike, which meant the rear of the bike also has some weight on it, so you can use the rear brake as well without the motorcycle skidding. Of course, if it skids, you have the ABS. If the brake locks up, the ABS is always there to save you, but I really did not feel that I activated the ABS. The natural braking system on both the front and back is good. The bike is running on Pirelli tires. They were doing well. I did not get to test the tires that much, but I still say that they're doing a good job. What I really like about this bike is the stability. While you're on it, you can feel that much. It's very easy. It's the first thing you realize that how well the bike sits on the road. It gives you a lot of confidence. Then there is this braking, which is, you know, even if you're having to stop at a really panic braking situation, it is one of the best, surest brakes in this class of motorcycles. It goes against the Ducati, of course, which is lighter and has more power, but the Ducati does not have the Triumph's electronic rider aids. We have not ridden both the bikes back to back, so I cannot comment on that really. It was really a nice experience, and thanks to Mukesh Triumph for giving us this opportunity to provide the first ride of this bike, and they have promised us this motorcycle on the highway for a full review. So if you're looking forward to that full review, I'd suggest that you hit that subscribe button and you get back to me when I do the full review video. One thing before I go, I'd have to say that it's got that beautiful exhaust note, and it's something I don't get to hear too often on these days. It's got that old world feel, that roar. The engine, when it comes to life, it has got that roar, and a very refined bike also. No vibrations at all. Really nice motorcycle for Triumph, for the entry level customers into the premium bike, and also for the serious tourers who want to do all India with it. Really a nice bike, easy on your pockets, I guess, because I guess parts and maintenance will be a little bit on the lesser expensive sides comparing to the other bikes. Anyways, looking forward to doing a lot more with this bike when we get it for the full review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.